Hello and welcome to tonight's show.
And hello and welcome to episode 237 of On the Bench, a podcast for scale modelers by scale modelers, all about scale models. This episode is being brought to you by our wonderful Patreon supporters. You too can help support the show. Simply go to www.patreon.com/onthebench and pledge any amount from as little as $1 per month. Your support helps us with our hosting and production costs, and every paid OTB supporter gets an OTB sticker and of course goes into the drawing for the wonderful Patreon Wheel of Fortune. Alright, let's get on.
Are you looking for top quality paints for your next project? Then look no further than the Scale Modeler Supply. Hi, I'm Scott. And as a passionate modeler myself, I've spent years creating the SMS product range, designing them specifically with a scale modeler in mind. We've worked extensively to develop our acrylic lacquer paint range to not only be airbrush ready straight out of the bottle, but also to be very easy to use so that anyone of any skill level can create professional results with minimal effort. Just give the bottle a good shake, pour into your airbrush and spray at 15 psi. So dive into your next project with confidence, knowing that you're backed by one of the finest hobby paints on the market. Head over to our website, scalemodeler.com.au, to check out our full range and to find your closest retailer.
And hello and welcome to the studio, Ian.
G'day Dave, g'day Julian, g'day everyone else.
And Julian.
Yeah, good morning.
How are we, gents?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
How's your fortnight been?
Yes, for a Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. I plan to do some modelling today.
I've got no chance of doing any modelling for the next week. I've got family coming over, so there goes that one. Blows a big hole in my modelling opportunities. Unfortunately.
Yeah, these things happen.
Yeah. But I did get some really great stuff in the mail this week.
Oh yeah, what'd you score, Dave?
Well, I scored an AMP Northrop NL-10, which is an American lifting body technology demonstrator in 72nd scale from all the way from the Ukraine. So,
AMP seem to be serving your interests a lot lately, right?
AMP are serving my interests extremely well, even to the point where I got another package from the Ukraine that came this week as well. Mm-hmm. I had not ordered this, and I can only assume, because I haven't used Google Translate yet, that it comes from the same company. But I got in a plain box.
Bristol.
1/72nd scale Bristol helicopter, Sycamore helicopter.
Oh, very
Okay.
And just looking at the details, the thing looks absolutely superb. And it's a pity that's arrived now, because there was a group build on that I could have used this and been a part of, which would have been perfect almost. But unfortunately, that bird has flown the coop.
Yep.
But it just came out of nowhere. I didn't ask for it. There's no note saying why I've got it or who's it actually from. I don't know. The only people I know in the Ukraine is AMP. And I don't know why they would randomly send me something without sort of saying, what it's for. But I'm appreciative nonetheless, because the Royal Australian Fleet Air Arm actually used these when they first came out. So I've got to hunt down some decals now for Australian Navy Sycamore.
Should be pretty easy to do.
Yeah, not that easy, unfortunately. So,
worst case scenario, get Julian to cut you some masks.
In 72nd scale, I think that'd be a challenge even for Julian's wonderful skills.
It might be okay. It depends on how intricate they are.
the other thing I was sitting watching YouTube as I have a want to do, and came across a guy building this thing, which is
the Dustwork.
It's a Dustwork JUEF 106 Ellie. For the listeners at home, it's a you want to say it's a V1 that's sort of been turned into a fighter or an interceptor.
It's a Luft 46 beat.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it is, and it's 32nd scale, which I've never done an aircraft in 32nd scale. But I was looking at it, and it looked like a really fun kit. So I purchased. So I purchased it on a whim, and I'm just waiting for some Uchi decals to arrive. Because I want to do sort of half and half in painted and half in raw or unpainted wood. Because the wings are made of wood, so that should be a lot of fun. So that's.
I'm sure it's a good kit.
Well, it seemed to go together with no issues, and it's funny. I've got a pre-recorded interview coming up with Stuart Halton, and he's actually built one as well, and he made the comment it's a really good kit to build as well. So you get a choice of doing 3-in-1 models to this one. You can do it with.
You know what? Just as the words came out of my mouth, I actually sort of second-guessed myself because like Dustwork normally build a lot of armor kits, right?
Mainly, yeah. Yeah.
And usually, like, the domain of, like, aircraft favors aircraft-specific manufacturers, right?
Right.
Like, usually whenever someone tries to cross over from armor to aircraft, it doesn't really go
bode well, yeah.
too smoothly.
Yeah.
And you can still do it, but, I mean, it's not like... it just means that there's some sort of small design oversights that come about.
Very true.
But, I mean, like I said, I haven't built it. I have never built any of this stuff, and it may surprise me.
What I've seen online, it looks like a pretty decent kit.
Yeah, well, I've opened it up and had a look, and drooled over the plastic, and it certainly looks good. And as I said, you got to be careful watching YouTube videos because sometimes they make things look easier than what they are, or they skip over any issues that they have. But
yeah,
this one seemed to go together really well, and you can do it in 3 different versions. You got one with a single pulse jet, one with 2 pulse jets on it, or a third one where they actually put a rocket motor in it. So,
no, I thought you were going to say 3 pulse jets.
No.
Wow, this seems like the direction we were going in.
It did almost. It did. So yeah, I've got to decide which one I'm going to build, but and also I got my Airfix Artemis rocket arrived. So
cool.
I've now got the Airfix one and the Revell one. I've already started building the Revell one, which is going together okay. I thought I'd get the Airfix one because I can do a comparison between the two, and also I can build an Artemis 1 and an Artemis 2, or an Artemis 2 and an Artemis 3. Although I can't do the Artemis 2 yet because the decals from Revell don't have the 250th decals in them, like for the anniversary of America being America, or the USA being the USA, or whatever it is. So I've got to wait for somebody to do a new decal sheet or an additional decal sheet. So,
Yep.
or I could not do the Artemis 2, could do Artemis 1 and Artemis 3. Who knows? Yet to decide. But it's going together well, progressing well. So,
Oh, very cool.
this will be my 4th kit for the year so far, I think.
Yeah. I dropped some coin during the week too.
Oh, did you
No
now?
way.
Yeah.
What? That's a surprise.
I got the new Copper State models, Megebrov, Russian armored car.
You love your armoured cars, don't you?
Love my armored cars. Plus, I got some figures for it. So I got Russian soldier playing an accordion, Russian soldier preparing a samovar, just an officer, Russian officer to go with it. What else did I get? Oh, some detail sets. I got some new lamps and ventilation systems and fenders for it. Picked up the new US Model J military motorcycle.
Oh, now that would be, what scale is that? 30?
35th.
Oh, that would be awesome to build that.
Yeah, not too bad. Picked up another figure for me. The Cyclone, the one with the sidecar,
Yep.
and then picked up also from the same batch. Picked up the German Victorian push bike
Ah.
with a figure to go with it. So yeah, knowing Copper State, it wasn't a cheap purchase, but it was worth it.
Well, it's good to see that you've progressed from model building to model collecting, and you're doing that quite well.
I am doing that very well. Get a little time.
I've only bought one kit. I can't remember when I bought it. I might have bought it before last. Anyway, I bought another one of the Tamiya Mercedes-Benz 300 SL, the Gullwing.
Yep.
Yeah, because like I remember I ruined the original one that I bought a while back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Like there were some things like I really wanted to do such a good job of it. So when I made 2 mistakes in a row, I was like, nah. Which isn't much, but I mean, one involved a decal,
right,
and one would have involved a respray, like all the way down to, like possibly even some. What happened was, while I was in the middle of painting it, something like a thing of dust landed in the middle of the trunk lid.
Oh no!
And I tried to pull it out because it was like a little hair that was sticking out of the gloss. I tried to pull it out of there, and I made a bit of a mess. And so what I was like, okay, I'll let it dry, and then I'll like sand that down, and then repaint that spot. But you could tell that there was a flat spot.
Yes, I know that. Yep. Yes, that's.
I mean, like I'm wiser now, and like if I had to deal with that again, I would have just ignored it almost.
Right.
You know, I mean, like you could just sort of like polish that down and then throw enough clear over it that no one would ever see it ever again.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
You know, especially when it was such a dark color.
Yep.
You know? But oh well, here we are. Here we are with a second on kit number 2.
Oh, it was all a learning experience anyway, mate.
Yeah, and also like I actually resolved one of the major issues that I didn't resolve it, someone else did. So if you recall, like they've got like these really they've got these hubcaps on this car,
Mm-hmm.
and to me, gives you them as just one piece, and they're pre-chromed. The problem is they got to match the body color, and it's like a chrome ring around the edge of it. Then
Yep.
it's a inside that it's got like the Mercedes logo,
Yep.
which is raised. It's a raised feature,
Yes.
and that has to be chrome as well.
God.
But the problem is, it's super hard to mask off and paint cleanly, and you probably have to strip the model of its chroming on those pieces anyway.
Yeah.
So either way, no matter how you do it, it's really tough to do, and I've seen some people do it somehow, but I'm not confident I could get it quite so clean.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're dealing with glosses and all that sort of stuff, which, you know, makes paint want to just creep up into places it's not supposed to, you know?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
But it's a car. Nobody cares, Julian.
Yeah, we do. We care.
In any case, some examples of this car do not have those hubcaps. Instead, they've just got like the knockoff hubs.
Yep.
The 2-winged big chrome nut in the center, and you've got just like an exposed face of the actual steel wheel, and that's what I got.
Oh.
I got resin replacement ones of those, and that should work just nicely.
I'd say so.
Honestly, yeah, they're 3D printed, so they're quite nice and in scale and fragile looking as they should be, and
Very
should
cool.
work out fine.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Rightio.
Other than that, I mean, I've sort of got like a few projects juggling around, and I only want to start more. And the only thing stopping me from starting more is that I can't find the suitable kits in stock anywhere.
Yeah.
Because they're like I want to do one of those hot rod style, the ones with the exposed motor, like 34 Ford or something.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Classic hot rod, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing one of those and then just swap the engine to something with a bit more, like something 3D printed.
Right, yeah, a bit more detailed.
Yeah, but you try finding that kit anywhere, and it's
good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah,
so I've got like one AMT kit in the stash, which is
you have an AMT kit in your stash.
Yeah. Which Ford is it? It's like
Must have been desperate.
Yeah. It might be the 34 Ford, and the one I'm after is the 32 Ford, something like that. It's the one with the sort of front grille that sort of looks like a spade.
3-window coupe or
something like that. Yeah, something like that. 3-window coupe or something. Yeah, and that's all right. It's just a different kit, because I'm not sure which ones people are using to like modify to make all the ones that they all the hot rods that they do make.
Yeah, I know a lot of people prefer the 3-window coupes. They're the coolest ones.
Yeah, because there's a lot of 5-window ones, but you got to wait for that specific boxing, and it's like, when are you going to find that? And someone else will probably snap it up or something.
Yeah, true.
Apparently, like I was talking to Brian, he said they're quite plentiful, those kits in the States. It's not hard to find what you want, but here it's not the case.
Yeah.
The only thing that's left is like the dregs. The dregs, all the kits that no one wants, all the weird, funny cars and boring, like station wagons and things like that.
Yeah. Who wants to build a station wagon?
Well, actually, I wouldn't mind building a station wagon if it was the right kind. The problem is it's always the wrong kind.
You build a Woody?
Well, you know how our club was considering like a new theme for next year's expo.
Yep.
And someone suggested movie, type theme.
Yep.
And of course, I started thinking of all the different cars, and like I was talking about it with Brian, and he said, "Oh, you need to do that square-bodied wagon from."
National Lampoons.
Yeah, National Lampoons. Yeah, that one. Right, and it's got like the fake wood paneling on the side,
Yeah.
But there's no kit of that car, I don't think.
No.
You can get the Monkey Mobile. That's a station wagon.
Or about the mystery van from Scooby Doo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, if
what was that, Scooby? What was that?
If I just wanted to build any old wagon, just because I don't mind wagons, then I could always go with the Volvo 240 wagon.
Oh,
you can get a kit of that, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Why? What's wrong with the Volvo?
You're going to build a Volvo? No.
Why not?
It ain't happening.
They raced them, right? Not the 240, one of the later ones, the sort of 80s era.
The only thing they'd be good at is smash them up derbies.
No. They properly raced them.
So.
And you can buy the kit for it. It's that iconic.
Oh, okay. Okay. What can I say?
You really don't like a lot of car kits, right?
No, I don't.
But why do you also don't like all the good ones? Why do you like all the bad ones?
Well, name the. No, I'm just not going to get involved in this a pointless discussion with you about good and bad car kits, because it's just not worth it.
Well, not just car kits. I mean, just cars in general.
Because cars are something that you drive and see all the time on the road. They're boring, man.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
See, Dave has owned a Renault, right?
Yeah, well, that says it all, doesn't it?
You torpedoed your own credibility when you bought that thing, Dave.
Yeah.
What was wrong with the Renault? Nothing. Did it ever
I'm
fail
just saying-
us, Ian, driving to Canberra? No, never let us down once.
Everything was backwards on it.
Well, that's most European cars. You'll find everything's
Yeah,
backwards.
that's backwards.
Yeah, it's the same way if you ever had like a Holden Astra or a Holden Vectra,
Yeah.
because those are owned originally Opel cars.
Well, the only thing that's backwards on it was the indicator stalk, and Ian's poor little brain couldn't cope with the fact that the indicator stalk was on the other side of the steering column.
Yeah, exactly.
It's how you know he would never be able to drive in the US.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be able to drive stick either.
Bullshit. Thank you very much. I learnt to drive on stick. 3 on the tree, mate.
Stick shift on the column. Nah.
The old 3 on the tree.
That's the best place for manual. I used to love driving manual with 3 in a tree. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's all right if you don't have too many years to go through.
Yeah, it's only 4 gears.
Yeah.
First, second, third, reverse.
Yep, that's it.
Yep. Just be careful you don't chuck it into reverse as you're driving along.
Yeah.
Oh, the money shift.
Yeah, the money shift.
It does cause problems.
Anyway, we're getting away from modelling. Let's stop talking about cars. Oh, it's just funny. I just watched Ian, because Ian's, these guys are coming remotely today. And Ian's cat.
We're all doing it remotely today.
Ian's cat just jumped on his TV and nearly pulled the TV down.
Bitch.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, she's banned from the room for the day.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, how about we get on to some more modelling stuff and let's talk about, let's see now. How about some mail?
Hey, some mail sounds good.
Some mail sounds really good. First one I've got here is from our good friend, Andrew Huss.
Andrew Haas, yep.
G'day, Podfather Dave. Pod Uncles Ian and Julian and fellow benchers. The 2-week countdown to the New South Wales Scale Model Show has begun, hosted by the Illawarra Plastic Models Association. The 2-day show will be held from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday 23rd of May and Sunday the 24th of May at the Illawarra Sports Stadium, Fred Finch Park, Hooker Creek Road, Berkeley, New South Wales.
Okay.
I know, that's funny. Entry is $10 for adults, $15 for families. Cash or cards is accepted. There's going to be a swap and sell and a number of trading tables, including Scott Taylor from the Scale Model Supply, who's celebrating, of course, 10 wonderful years. Entry competition rules are at the website, which is nswscalemodelshow.com. So come and have a great weekend at the beautiful Illawarra. Enjoy our hobby with fellow modelers and see how many YouTube celebrities you can spot. That's funny. Hope to see you there. Cheers. That's from Andrew Huss. For Dave, the Cup.
Carscop.
Carscop. What's a Carscop?
Dutch for cheesehead.
Oh, okay. For Dave, the Carscop, it's Haas.
Yeah, Haas.
Haas. I said Haas, Andrew Huss.
Yes.
And he says, P.S. I know the 3 of you won't be able to make it this year, but maybe next. It's not as far as QMHE. And you can visit Haas at Shell Harbour Airport and the Fleet Air Arm Museum at HMAS Albatross. And both of those places are absolutely wonderful. I've been there recently. And the Fleet Air Arm Museum is just sensational, as is Haas. You get to see some wonderful aircraft that are in flying condition. Andrew, thanks for that. Have a good time at the Illawarra Plastics Model Association show in 2 weeks' time.
Good luck to all.
Yeah, good luck to all.
Yeah.
Next one comes from Dave Langfield in Enfield, South Australia. Hi, David and Julian. Just wanted to give a big shout out to Scott from SMS. I was listening to your episode 236 last weekend and your interview with Scott celebrating his highly successful 10 years in the business. I found myself browsing his website and to my delight noticed his book, Dinosaur Modelling, Bringing the Past Back to Life, was back in stock. So I immediately placed my order, and within a handful of days, my copy had arrived. Such a wonderful book, packed with great articles on improving, modifying, and painting dinosaur models and toys. Just brilliant. Not only is this an impressive book, but Scott's fast service is a credit to his commitment to look after his customers. As a long-term member and serving committee member of the South Australian Plastic Models Association, I can attest to Scott's fantastic support and sponsorship of our annual expo over many years, as well as the wider modelling community. He also graces our competition and display tables with numerous stunningly painted dinosaur models, which he's really good at painting those. And a shameless plug from me, our expo will be held over the weekend of October 10th and 11th at the Prince Alfred College, just on the eastern outskirts of the city of Adelaide. Happy 10th anniversary to Scott, with many more hopefully to come. Anyway, I'm off to Japan for the first time next week and looking forward to the modelling candy stores of Akihabara and Osaka, as well as what looks like a wonderful race car museum in Fuji Motor Speedway, along with all the rich historical and cultural attractions. The only limits will be how much I can safely shoehorn into my suitcase. Keep up the great work.
I know what that is all about, actually. Yeah, it's really, really crazy what they did there.
Tell us about it.
Basically, they built a hotel next to the racetrack,
All
obviously.
right.
And they basically put a museum inside that, like a car museum, like a motorsport museum. So it's got all these classic, iconic race cars, including the Mazda 787B that won Le Mans.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Sounds fascinating. And that book of Scott's, yes, I do. I can concur. That is a very good tome.
I'd be shocked if you didn't have it, Ian.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked.
Yes.
Anyway, that's best wishes from Dave Langfield from
Thanks, mate.
South Australia. And enjoy your trip. Have a good trip.
Yes.
Yeah,
'Cause,
have a good trip.
That should be a lot of fun. Next one. Uricon. I always have trouble pronouncing that. God, anyway. Hi, Dave. God is my only witness, but the second you started the pod, my mind made Aussies plus crime equals Mr. In-Between. I only watch short videos of the YouTube in the series because it's not broadcast in my area. I wish it will be one day. Anyway, great episode. Have happy modelling. And he's referring there to the OTB After Dark on gangsters and crime that we recently did. And I mentioned that Mr. In-Between is the must-watch Aussie crime show that you have to go and see.
Great.
It's awesome. It's really, really well done. Hey, 2 series, I think, from memory.
I think it's 2 seasons, yeah.
2 seasons, yeah. It's a pity. Anyway. Next one, let's have a look. This was an interesting one. This is coming from Greg Lester.
Oh, yep.
And this afternoon all, with the demise of Model Ship World, which had 50,000 members and a vast encyclopedia of ship modelling of all types, works of art have been lost forever. The host server was attacked and all backups were destroyed. It took the host almost 3 days to come to grips with it. I did not realise that Model Ship World had been hacked and destroyed.
Hey, I only found out a couple of days ago, and I haven't heard the whole story, but that's terrible because that was a great website. It had some absolutely stunning stuff on there. If you're into naval modelling, it was the go-to website.
It was.
But I know that Greg had a lot of stuff on there too.
Well, it used to be my sort of go-to for when back when I was modelling ships and everything that it would be
You put me onto it.
yes, and to find now that it's been destroyed, it's I know I can't. It's just terrible news. It's actually terrible news.
Absolutely disgusting.
So, Greg says it reeks of a state actor deleting something that I want the world to see and just going for the nuclear option. Maybe unredacted files of some description. I can't see us ship modelers as a threat to democracy or to any dictator.
Yeah.
So it falls down to how we store our images. It's the images of reference and how-tos by deceased members. All those wonderful scratch-built models that were beyond master builds and now forever lost. Facebook is great unless hackers take over the site like they did to the weathered modelers, but surely Facebook has the capacity to take it back. I'm sure there are other ideas out there. My library could be deleted by fire, I suppose. I managed to dump as many photos of my models on my page as one way of preserving it as you can get on Facebook. Anyway, so I don't know. This is a real problem. I think it's not just for the modelling community. It's a real problem per se for a number of different hobbies and things. That as much as we think that the electronic media is going to be a library forever and whatever you put out there will stay forever, there's obviously places where it can go and be lost forever as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's a bit silly that it wasn't backed up, right?
Well, it was, but apparently the
Got nuked really bad from what I heard.
the host server was destroyed, and whatever backups were, they were also destroyed as well.
Where was it based?
I have no idea. But I know
that's not how you back things up, though. I mean,
yeah, I know. But don't forget, if it's being run by one guy, and I don't know.
To be honest,
it was going for many, many, many years. So it may not have been updated since day dot. Who knows?
Yeah, but the forum as well. Remember the forum on there?
Yep.
The forum was just pure gold. I mean, it's one of those forums that survived the social media revolution with Facebook, with so many other modelling forums sort of,
Dying.
withered and dying on the vine because of Facebook and Instagram and all that. This one seemed to stay strong and was still fresh and relevant. It's
It's a real shame and it's a crime. Plain and simple. Disgusting.
I don't know what the answer is. I really don't. But Greg sort of poses some good questions there. What do you do about your photos and everything?
I said, you can, all my stuff backed up on a separate hard drive, portable hard drive.
Yeah, but that's all very well and good. But when you shuffle off this small coil, how are other people going to access those photos? You see what I'm saying?
Well, whoever gets hold of the hard drive.
So in 10,000 years, when the Ardean archaeologists sort of dig up your and come across your archive,
my tomb.
Yeah, they go, what the hell is this?
What's this? Hey, there's a corpse underneath this big pile of boxes. Find corpse.
Yeah, we're burying you like a Viking with all your modelling tools and all your models.
No, that means you're going to burn it. I'd rather be entombed.
All right, we'll entomb you then, like the pharaohs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, Greg, but that was, in fact, Greg, when I got your email, I hadn't realised that Model Ship World had been completely destroyed like that. So it came as a big shock to me to read that. And, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, well, interesting, but terrible.
It is. Well, that's it from
the mailbox.
the mailbox. Of course, if you want to write to us, send us an email to onthebench 64@gmail.com. Any news that you come across or any interesting things you want to tell us, just pop over and drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
All right, how about we go on to have a... Oh, we're going to do our Patreon Wheel of Fortune, don't we?
Fortune, yes.
Man, let's do a spin. This will be for a T-shirt, an OTB T-shirt. Dun, dun, dun. And the winner is Mark Ewing. All right, Mark, congratulations.
Well done, Mark.
I will be in contact with you to organise getting your shirt size and address all figured out, and we'll get a OTB T-shirt sent out to you.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea, Dave.
All right, gents, how about we have a short break and then we'll have a listen to the interview I've got with Stuart Halton, who very interesting model of the way he builds and body builds. So be right back. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to the show Stuart Halton, who I have been dying to get on the show for a long, long time. His work, if you haven't seen it before, as soon as you see it, you'll certainly recognise it because it is iconic. Stuart, hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, and glad to be here.
And you hail from Merry, England, is that correct?
I do indeed, yeah. Very much so. Originally a Yorkshire boy and then living in the south of England for the last 20, 30 years. So.
And here we go, rolling into your spring, so you must be very happy at the moment.
Yes, it's lovely. I don't do winter anymore.
Stuart, you have got a fantastic body of work that you've done. Let's go right back to the beginning and start when you first came across modelling.
All right. Yeah, I mean, same as an awful lot of people. I mean, I'm 55 now. I did do some models with my dad, when I was quite young, good old Airfix and Humbrol enamels, all the usual. And then over the years, I mean, I didn't do much. I occasionally got a model, made it, wasn't really happy with it. Spent more time I bought magazines and I was looking at what other people were doing in magazines. Going, I can't do that, and then, really, so that was off and on for years, into my adult life. And then, how many years ago? About 15 years ago, I was working with traumatized kids, which is what I do now. I was standing in a post office one day and I was looking at a poster about PTSD and realized I ticked every single box. And we just had twins and it was like, I need to kind of quit this and find something a bit more relaxing. So changed jobs, but also then thought, you know what? I really fancy doing some model making. That'd be really good for me. So, kind of got into it then, more and more. And then, so then that was just not long before COVID hit. And then when COVID hit, I sort of really upped my game because I was working at home. So basically, my shed was my office as well. So, I could be doing video calls whilst making models, off to one side. And really kind of got into it and discovered, podcasts and Facebook groups. And, went from there really. And I've been doing it, a lot since. So, really the last sort of 15 years has been really on it.
You don't seem to be sort of pinned down into any one sort of genre. You got a very eclectic sort of modelling spectrum, right from your traditional sort of armour through to World War II fighters, even modern fighters. was it is it a BSA Cafe race you did just recently as well?
Yes. Yeah. All right. No, it's a Triumph.
Triumph, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But the one thing that really caught my eye when I first came across you was the way you do these kit bashing anti-gravity speeder bikes that you do. They are just absolutely sensational. And I'll post a couple of pictures on our Facebook page for people to reference while they're watching the show. So let's step through and sort of talk about how you sort of came up with this idea and how you pulled it off.
Yeah. I kind of like I'd seen other people's kind of kit bashes and stuff, and thought kind of that'd be kind of fun. And there's also like the sci-fi stuff. I'm not like a big sci-fi fan, but it's like there doesn't seem to be many kits that kind of had what I wanted to make. So there's kind of a bit of a Star Wars influence and stuff. And I was like, well, yeah, I kind of make it myself. So I kind of like had ideas kicking around in the back of my head, and then there was a particularly stressful time when I was potentially going to lose my job. So it was like, I can't go spending any money on kits, anything. I'm just going to have to like hit the spares box and see what I can come up with. I literally would start by having some vague idea of a sort of speeder bikey, rockety kind of thing, and looked at my boxes and went, okay, I've got an engine. I'll just like build outwards from that engine, or I've got like the most recent one I've done. It was like the spare nose of a Hawker Tempest that I'd replaced with a resin one on the actual kit. Looking at that, I just thought, what about if I could like start that as a beginning of it? And I then I literally go through my spares box, picking out pieces, thinking, would this look good next to it? Would this fit next to it? Would this look about right? And it kind of grows pretty organically. There's definitely not a plan. It is like what looks right, works. I go with that, and these things just kind of grow and emerge eventually. And they're really good fun to do, because there's no sort of rules about kind of going, that's wrong. It wouldn't have that color. It wouldn't have that radio or whatever it is. You can just do whatever you want, and anybody questions anything, it's like, well, that's what I want. So
there's no sort of real thought about how it's going to come out. You just sort of shove the pieces together and say, well, this looks like it will go together.
Yeah. It really is that
simple.
That kind of basic. Obviously, like there's things like, I don't know, like Ian McHugh's artwork, and obviously things like Star Wars films and stuff. So there's kind of things that I've absorbed over the years and thought looked cool. So I think they just got that it kind of chimes with that, and I think that gives me a bit of a guideline of the style or the type of thing that I'm going to make.
But the bit that really pulls it off is the way it you build it in such a way that it looks like it's actually really hovering. You've designed I don't know the tie down straps where it's, if people can imagine, it's a hover bike, but it's being held down by some straps to the ground, and it's that actually support the model. I mean, that looks so damn flimsy. How did you actually pull that off?
That was inspired by I've forgotten what his actual name is, but there's a guy on Instagram who's Stoke Models, who does unbelievably like photorealistic car models. But he did a fancy one which was like a Mercedes hovering on the back of a tow truck. And he'd used the ratchet straps and just strengthened them with wire on the back of them. And it works. I was like, right, I'm gonna try that. So I think I did it slightly differently. On one of them, I used carbon fiber 0.5 mil rod, which you can get off the internet. I think it's something to do with drones, but that is great because it's very thin, very stiff. You can bend it, but it's like if you've got it in a straight line, it's stiff. And then I used that for like tie downs, and then added one that was actually wire that was not attached. so it drooped. So it kind of gave the impression, like, made you think that the others were also flexible.
Yeah.
So that was that one, and this most recent one I did, I managed to get some resin matchet straps again off the internet, and they're just very, very thin plastic card, which I then thinned even more at the edges, and stuck some nickel silver rod on the back of them, and they do the job. I mean, it's a bit nerve-wracking because I'm sure there are people that can work out the science between load bearing and weight and all the rest of it and stuff, but I kind of stuck it on, hope for the best, and fortunately it worked.
So the carbon fibre is
a great
actually
moment when you take away the supports.
Yes. Is the carbon fibre actually sandwiched between two bits of plastic card, or how did you exactly pull that off?
No, on the first one I did, where I had them looking like ropes, I literally just used some like albion alloy tubing and slotted it onto the ends of those, and I made the hooks out of the. I kind of flattened the tube to make a hook, and then just put the rod straight in. And on the ones with the flat straps, it's literally just CA super glued onto the back of the strap. But because of the angles, you can't really see it. I mean, if you it's actually next to me here, actually looking at it. If you kind of get down low and look at a certain angle, you can see that there's something on the back of the strap. But I also did them. I shot them in their bright red straps, but I did it a very dark colour on the back, so it's effectively puts itself in shadow, and you just cannot see the. Well,
it's come off a treat because I'm looking extremely hard at this picture and I've blown it up and I can't see it. It's it truly looks like it's actually hovering. Yeah. It's astounding.
Yeah.
It's absolutely astounding. But it's not just that. I mean, you can have a good concept like that and all the bits come together, but it's also the weathering and the that sort of pulls it off in the end as well. Because your weathering is absolutely superb on all of your models that you do.
Yeah, I do. I love my dirt. I always have, like, even as a child, I don't know, I always liked old things that looked like they told a story of their use. It's like when I bought this house, it needed a lot of work done to it, but I spent a lot of time kind of going around and doing a list of like the things that need to be fixed, and then transferring as many of those as possible onto the Gives character list and leave them as is. And I know I went to art college and I actually trained in theatre costume design, and there it was like I was always very much more into like costumes and things that looked worn and lived in rather than pristine and smart. There's always been weathering, dirt, storytelling has always been a thing, and kind of a lot of it I kind of made up on my own, some of it from magazines, and then particularly Will Patterson's website, YouTube channel, like some of the weathering and stuff he did. It's like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I've studied those a lot, and it's that's. I mean, it is my favourite part. Is that giving it that age and character.
And a shout out to Will. I know this is a tractor in your portfolio there. Is that an inspiration from Will?
Yes, definitely. My racing tractor.
Yes.
I mean, I heard there's that generational thing. I work with pretty much everybody I work with is early 20s female. And we go out to the pub together, and they're all like on their phones whilst in the pub and chatting to us, and they're all like checking TikTok and their boyfriends and all the rest of it and stuff. And I was having a conversation on Facebook with somebody about dirt marks on tractors.
I think looking at your portfolio also too, your other first love I think would have to be aircraft. The way you sort of dive in and do aircraft is absolutely sensational. I will cheekily say that you've done one of my favourite subjects, which is a V2 rocket. So
yes,
well done on that, Stuart. Yeah. There's not nearly enough space rocket to real space stuff being done in the modelling community at the moment. So But looking, you've just you've built something I've just purchased recently, which was the EF127, and
yeah, that's a great case.
well, it's funny because I was just, as you do, just trolling through on YouTube, and I saw a build of it, and I thought, gee, that looks like a magnificent kit. And on a whim, I went and purchased it. So it only arrived the other day. So, and then scrolling through your portfolio, I see that you've done one as well. And God, I can't wait to get my hands kicked to actually get it open and start building it. It looks really good.
Yeah, it is. It's superb. And again, it's one of those that, because it's a kind of, not so much a what if, but it could have been. There's, you've got that flexibility to make it as you want it, and so, which is really enjoyable. So no, I highly recommend that. And they did what's the other one? They've done another late war, not completed jet as well. Yeah. I've done that, and again, that was like a fun thing to do, because it's it's got wood, it's got metal, it's got canvas, it's got all the different textures and stuff on it. It's they're great.
They certainly are.
Yeah.
Going back to your science fiction,
you'll have a ball doing that.
Oh, thanks. Going back to your science fiction, Bent. You did an earlier one, which speed bike, I want to say. It looks like it was a ME 109 body that you might have used for that.
Yes. Yeah. That was the first. I think it was really the first one of those that I did, and I said that was the one when I was, having a bit of a panic about my future career and stuff, and so that was in a way had to do a necessity of not being, because I don't have a stash unusually, so that was like, I've got to make something out of what I've got, and also it was just so good to take. Because it took so much concentration and so much thought and so much preoccupation, it definitely took my mind off all the other stuff that was going on at the time. So it was kind of like, it's a really sort of significant thing for me that it was a bit of a lifesaver.
Well, that's what the hobby's good for, isn't it? Taking your mind off things and moving away. You have to think about really stuff like that. Is yeah. And an orthopter there, by the looks of it as well, which is I want to say in German colours.
Yeah, it is sort of. It wasn't intended to be particularly German, but yeah, it is. It is kind of like, it's almost a tricolour thing, isn't it? Because it's it was the June Ornithopter. I was so pleased they brought that out, because when I saw the movie, and I was just sitting there, just thinking, oh, there's a model. Like, please, somebody make one of these. So that was good. But but then I was going to do it the sort of, I don't know, it's a bit like an IDF grey, isn't it? Kind of in the film. And I was like, yeah, I could do that, but that's kind of a bit boring. So, I kind of went off beat and decided I'd do my own colour scheme on that.
Which is your favourite sort of genre? I know it's hard. It's like asking which one's your favourite child, but
no, but it is aircraft really. So it's I mean, it's like the sci-fi stuff's it's very much aircraft inspired. I mean, I've always loved planes, so that's the first love, and then the other stuff's kind of right periphery around it. I like a bit of everything, like you say. I mean, the armor's. I do enjoy doing armor, but I really do very little of it. There's just kind of nothing that quite grabs me. It's almost like I've done the ones I want to do, but the aircraft keeps. So, I've got
keeps calling to you.
I did in-flight ones as well. With Chris Becker's a fan of my stuff. I'm a big advocate for in-flight.
Well, he loves his in-flight, but unfortunately, Chris is going to be moving away from modelling. He's hanging his airbrush up for a while.
Yeah.
Which is a great loss to the community, I have to say. A great loss to the community. He was such a huge advocate for in-flight models, and he was really at the forefront of championing that. And speaking of which, obviously you're also must be in that, because you 90%. I'm pulling a figure out. The greater majority of your models are actually shown in flight as well.
Yes, yeah. No, it's I do love a bit of engine detail and gun bays and all the rest of it, but really planes look best when they're flying. So it really is. And there's a few, like, I don't know, Corsairs, Tomcats look great on the ground, but pretty much everything else I just think looks so much better in flight. So it's just the lines and that's how they're meant to be.
100%. So you take your photos with prop aircraft with the props off, so you don't worry about the prop blur.
Yep. I kind of like there's all sorts of prop blur things, all sorts of stuff, but I was kind of trying to work out what's going to look best, and I was thinking, like, really, if you watch a prop powered plane go by, at full speed, you cannot see anything at all of the propeller. I mean, the kind of picture people have had in their heads of like the blurred plop and the yellow circle. That's something that's captured by cameras. It's not what you actually see. So yeah, I kind of went I'll give it a go, and I snip the prop blades off, smooth out the spinner, and then I just put a sort of dark soft line round where the prop blades would be, and I'm happy with that. And I think anything with in-flight is going to be a compromise. And for me, that's the compromise that works the best, I think.
It is. And it certainly shows. It does look like it's actually flying, without a prop. It comes across quite effective.
Yeah. So, no, that was... one of my sort of little discoveries a few years ago. And I was like, I've yet to... Still kind of thinking, like, is there an alternative? I mean, I suppose motorizing is the alternative, but like, kind of, I'm still thinking about whether there is a different way, but I've yet to come up with it. So,
your bases are also what captures my eye quite a lot, because you've got a rather unique way of doing your bases. And I'm just looking at the P38 here, for example. And to listeners at home, it's a P38 or bare metal that's sort of flying. And it's mounted on top of a ballpoint pen, which that pen is then speared into a book, which is then sitting on a water base.
Yeah, that was because it was it the French writer and pilot Antoine, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, the guy who wrote The Little Prince. And it was kind of inspired by his last flight, because he went off over the Mediterranean and never came back. I mean, they found the wreck some years ago. So I wasn't sure how to do it, and I was thinking, he was a writer, and he was going over the ocean. It was like, maybe like a pen, maybe mounted on that could look okay. And the book is, I managed to track down a French edition of, in the original French of one of his books. So the book is actually one of the books that's written by him. There's kind of like quite a lot of sort of thought went into that. I should also looking at that, extend thanks to was it Fanch Lubin, who sent me a whole resin nose section for it, because it's the reconnaissance version, not the fighter version.
Right.
And I was posting something about it somewhere on, I think it's probably SMCG, and saying about the difficulties of converting the nose, and just got an email from him out of the blue going, I've got one of those, have it. And it's supporting the French Air Force as well, so it's like, he being French, he was a big fan, and there's been, and that's the thing, like the kindness of the community. That was great that he sent me that, and there's been 2 or 3 things where people have just like popped up out of the blue and said, I've got this, that would be exactly what you need, have it. I'm like, okay, how much you want? And they're, no, just fine. It's going to work. Have it. Yeah.
And that's another great part about the modelling community too, is the way people sort of, just do things like that out of the goodness of their heart, or out of the desire to see something sort of push forward. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
What's your next project? What are you working on at the moment?
I'm doing a little knocked out Hetzer, which is my first armour thing for a long time. That's all whitewashed. Because I get these kind of like ideas of, sometimes it's more the sort of techniques and things rather than the subject, that I hadn't really done whitewash before. So I did a FW190 and whitewashed that. and I was like quite happy with the effect of that. And I was thinking, we're going to try taking that effect forward and using it on a tank. So yeah, goes ahead and doing that. But that's nearly complete. But the next big thing really is going to be the B25 strafer.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, that's I mean, it's a bit like I've been kind of enjoying doing the heads, but it's like, I really want to crack on and and get onto the B25. So
that's in 48 scale. So that's going to be a big model when it's finished.
Yeah, and natural metal. So I was originally thinking, beating up olive drab, but then I was looking at some pictures of a natural metal one and thinking, that's going to be the way for that. And and in flight as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
I had to get a whole load of air crew for it, which so I managed to get that. But,
you have to figure out a way to have the machine guns actually firing as it's coming down to do its strafe.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I think there's part of me like I kind of want to get that feeling that.
Yes.
And nothing else while I did it in flight. It's kind of like, I can hear it zooming in my head.
I can actually see it zooming. Just looking at the cover art of the box.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
It is. Well, cover art is what half the time is what actually sells a model for me. Just looking at the cover art of the box.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of like illustration and stuff, and those some of those covers are brilliant. It's like, I want that.
Indeed they are. Well, look, thanks very much for being on the show. Really appreciate taking your time out of your day. It's only
been a pleasure.
A short one, but a quick one. And it's just been great to get a bit of insight into how you sort of think and how you plan ahead with your models and sort of go ahead and build them. And where can people find you if they want to go and check out some of your work?
Right. The only one, I'm a member of numerous scale modelling groups. So, the main one being the Scale Modelers Critique Group, which I love. But I've got an Instagram page which is Stutch Scale Models, which has STUCH_ scale models, and that's where I put everything on there. So that's probably the best place to track me down.
Do you get a chance to go to some of your local model shows in the UK?
No, I really don't do. I mean, there just don't seem to be many shows near me. I am a member of a model club, and they run one in the southeast every summer. So that's pretty much the only one I go to kind of like to support them. But yeah, I would be interested in going to more. But yeah, it's usually just one of those things I kind of look at distance and time and work hours and whatever else and think, don't get the chance. But I'm not against them on principle, although I have no understanding of competition. I just do not see it in that way at all. It's just like, exhibition's kind of my thing. But so yeah, there doesn't seem to be so many shows around here.
Yeah, well, I'd love to have the opportunity to actually see some of these models in person. I reckon I could stand there staring at them for hours and hours. And I don't think the photos do it justice at all as to how good they actually look in the flesh.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I would like to go to Telford one year, which I know like that's one you've been to, isn't it? Maybe take stuff, but again, it's a trip and an overnight stay and so on and so forth. But I don't know, I might be able to do it this year. I was hoping to do it last year, and various things came up, so I couldn't. But,
look at you complaining about an overnight drive down to Telford when I've got to sit on a plane for so long to get there.
Yeah. No, I mean it's. I mean, it must be at least 5 hours, and I hear like all these guys on all the podcasts, like the American ones, go. So I was saying, like it's 18-hour drives and stuff. Like going, that's a local show.
Yep.
It's just not in the British mindset. We're kind of like, crikey, it's over 2 hours. That's like planning a major mission.
Stuart, thanks very much for being on the show. Really appreciate it. And don't forget to go check out all his stuff at Stutch_ scale models on Instagram. You'll be there scrolling through them for at least an hour, having a look at all these wonderful models and scratching your head, wondering how the heck you sort of pulled them off. It's been great having the show and really appreciate it.
Great. It's been great. Thanks a lot.
No worries. Catch you, mate. Bye.
All right.
That was a really good interview with Stuart, and GC's work is absolutely superb. It certainly inspires me, especially those gravity bikes that he builds. They're just absolutely wonderful.
Well worth checking out, though.
Yeah, it is. So I'll post a couple of pictures on our Facebook page for you to have a look at, so you can get an understanding of what exactly we're talking about. But yeah, it's all well and good. Right, gents, what's the fortnight got in store for you guys?
Well, housework today, Mother's Day tomorrow. Then back
yes, Mother's Day tomorrow, yeah.
So definitely no chance to get any bench time this weekend, unfortunately. Hopefully I might get an hour or so next weekend if I'm lucky.
When you get somebody in to do your housework?
Nah. Better I do it.
All right. Well, you, Julian?
Well, if the weather holds up, I'll be doing my share of modelling, but otherwise, I won't be doing much of anything, I guess.
Yes, looks
Because
cool.
I'm not going to go and paint if it's raining.
Can you paint when it rains? Can you do it in the shed, don't you?
Yeah, I go out to the garage. Yeah, it's just I don't want to walk over there with my hands full of like stuff that'll get wet, and even if you cover it, it's like then I get wet, and it's not gonna happen. It's still a hobby to me. I don't need to go out there and make it my job.
Yes,
That's true. That's true, I guess.
very true.
Well, the week coming up looks good weather-wise, so you should be all right, Julian, I think.
Yeah, the past week has been terrible.
We actually got snow down to 500 metres.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a cold night. Well, cold by our standards. I'm sure the Americans.
Very true.
Oh, well, we get colder nights anyway.
We do. Before I go, there is one thing I did want to mention, and I was a bit slack. I should have mentioned this earlier on. That is that ACT SMS, the model club up in Canberra, have got a modelling retreat coming up.
Yes.
This is a fantastic initiative by these guys who are kicking some serious goals continually in regards to supporting our wonderful hobbies. So what it is, they've got a modelling weekend retreat, and they've got some fantastic people coming down for you to actually... Well, I'll read out the thing. So ACT SMS is hosting a hands-on modelers weekend retreat at Green Hills Centre Friday 10th of July through to Sunday the 12th of July. The presenters are going to be Calvin Tan, Clayton Ockerby and Lucas Kasuba, who will run workshops in figure painting, weathering, vignette-based construction, suitable for all skill levels. Meals and accommodation, shared rooms, are included, along with all products for the workshops. Some items will be also take-home items, for a total cost of $504.90 Australian. Pricing has contingency built in it for minor price changes due to measures outside their control. Blah, blah. If you want to check out more information, go to www.actsms.asn.au weekend retreat, or go to the ACT SMS Facebook page to ensure your place. There is a non-refundable deposit required by the 11th of June. It sounds like a really great weekend. The only thing I'm not super happy about is we get cozy up with 3 or 4 other guys. But anyway, I'm a well-known snorer, and I hate to sort of ruin everybody else's sleep. But having Calvin Tan, Lucas and Clayton available all weekend would be absolutely fantastic.
Definitely.
sounds like a fun retreat.
Yeah.
10th, 11th of July, 2026. That's for all of our Aussie modelers. Although if you're from overseas and you really want to get over and see Clayton Ockerby, I guess you could always fly over.
Yeah, that's right.
A long way to come just to see Clayton though, isn't it?
Well, we do that every year, though.
But we don't go
We drive for 8 hours to go see him.
Yeah.
No, we don't. Not just Clayton, all the other ones as well.
They're all great guys.
Yeah, it is. All right, guys, I think that brings us to the end of the show.
No worries. All right, well, that's it for me then.
Well, that's it. That's your sign off for today.
That's my sign off today, mate.
And Julian.
Yeah, okay. I'll see you all later. Hopefully you feel better soon.
I'm feeling better now, believe it or not, but just all,
You don't sound that great.
no, it's just the
You
end.
sound like crap and you look like crap, but then again,
Thanks. Situation normal. Never words in.
Like when you first turn the camera on, I thought, oh, Dave's let himself go.
Oh, jeez. Thank you very much. That's really
I mean,
nice
I
of
would too if I was sick, but
you. That's really nice of you, Julian. All right, guys. We'll be back in a fortnight. Not sure whether
Yes,
Julian's
yeah.
going to be with us or not, but we'll be back in a fortnight. All right, catch you later, guys.
bye.
yeah.